There's a lot of processing going on, and we're going to be talking about that in today's lesson. So the symptoms that you're feeling can't be denied. And there's always a reason. There's a reason for the symptoms that you're feeling, because you're changing. There's always elimination and incorporation. A lot of your life, your past experiences, they're stored within your cells, okay, within the tissues of the body, within your organs. Did you know this? Okay, so these energies, emotion is energy in motion, and we're preparing for a massive summer. This summer is going to be real hot. You could get the fire bursts in the chat if you already know that the summer is going to be real hot. And this past few days, the solar storm that has really cleansed us, you can't fight against, and I'll be sharing later in this lesson, you can't fight against what's happening, so it's best to just go with it. And that's what I did on my journey this past weekend. And I hope that it helps you as you go through these changes. I've also, it is helpful to have friends that are awake and aware, and they're on this journey of ascension, if you will, every step of the way with you. And that's why, especially when we do these ascension symptoms videos, the comment section is so important, because when you share what you're experiencing in the comments and people are scrolling and reading, okay, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you never scrolled the comments, check out the comments as well, because as a community, we're here to support each other through this great shift, okay? We're transitioning, we're changing, and it's not an easy situation. So whether you're watching live or on the replay, could you kindly click the like button? And by doing so, it really helps others find this message. They'll get a notification about this video. And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the best version of yourself. And we have some really special videos planned this summer, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be tremendous. So we're going to be talking mostly about the solar plexus chakra area. The portal it's literally like a portal in your body. And that was the main concentration of this energy that we just went through. But there were other ascension symptoms. So one of them that I experienced on my journey was the teeth sensitivity, like electrical zaps in your teeth out of nowhere. All right, so this is one of those ascension symptoms when you get these periods of solar activity that really stand out. Okay, so if you had any zaps in your teeth, right, feeling the nerves, I'm seeing the chat blow up. You can hit the lightning bolts in the chat, in the comments. I think they have a teeth emoji as well. If you experience any zapping in the teeth, that sensation. I've been sharing, and you might have had a lot of pressure / pain at the base of your spine. And once again, this happened actually in the last solar activity burst that we had several weeks ago, where the pain in that area actually moved up the spine. So once again, I feel it today. So where it's been sitting at the base of my spine, and now that pressure, that pain slid up the spine, and maybe you are feeling this as well. Okay, so there are energies that are within the body. They're actually trying to be released from the body. Remember, incorporation and elimination. If you are ascending, if you are upgrading, if you're becoming the best version of yourself, please remember, there is incorporation of new energies. There's also elimination of old energies that must exit the body. Okay? So that's why this time period, you go through these things, and it's like you're integrating new things, but you also have to move and purge some of the old, denser energies as well. The energy needs to be released. Lately, as I've shared, and if you didn't see the video from Friday night, please head over to the channel page, check that out. There's really a lot of information there. It's going to help you through this month and moving forward. I've been spending a lot of the evenings just sitting and watching or being in the sunset at the beach. And I'm very blessed to have great weather the past few days. But getting into last night, I actually got so tired that I didn't want to drive to the beach. So I just did it locally outside, and I walked. I wound up bumping into my friend Elaine, and I'll share a little bit what she shared later in this message. But we're all kind of feeling this. So you might have hit a little wall of tiredness where you feel like you can't move. And remember, these energies, when you're thinking of your energetic body, these things could actually, make you feel real tired, more than physical work, physical effort. Remember, we are about to create, we already are creating something from an energetic field, and it's actually exponentially more efficient to create from the energetic field than actually physically move things and do them. We have to do that, right? But by changing a frequency, getting to the core, getting into the subconscious, okay, it's very energy consuming, all right? But it is going to, in the long run, be exponentially greater. One of the things that was clear, and I saw it happening, you have to know thyself. You have to know your point of homeostasis. You have to know what am I doing on my life's journey? What am I eating? What am I consuming? How am I active? You know thyself. You know your body. You know how you feel, so on and so forth. One of the things that I was noticing was the weight loss. Weight loss, sometimes it has nothing to do with what you're eating, exercising, because we are storing. Think of the things, the densities that you took on maybe in the previous year or the past a lot of people went through this. So I started noticing a little bit of weight loss, even though I was still working out. So you can't fight against it. You got to go with it. So I allowed my body to do what it needed to do. And I went into a fasting routine. And I'll be speaking more about this as we go throughout this summer so that people can have textbook information through real life evidence, right? Because you have to, right, experience it yourself so that you can know the answers, right? Some people out there, they're going to tell you what's best for you, but the only way that you know what's best for you is actually doing it yourself. And I've seen this over the course of my journey. People, they're in the ego. They want to tell you, oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. I don't have to do anything. I have to listen to myself and I listen to God. Once again, I have to listen to myself and I have to listen to God. And that's what helps me navigate through this time period. So I was called to do this fasting routine. I'm actually looking forward. Actually, it's a funny thing. I was more hungry last night, and now I'm okay right now, but looking forward to eating again. And you might be called, all right, to go through fasting, intermittent fasting, right? I'm seeing them in the comment section right now. So you have to allow the energies, let the energies go in there, do what they need to do. A lot of us don't realize the amount of energy that it actually takes to digest food. I've already shared, and this will be a beautiful real life evidence to show people. I'm operating out of less food than I did years ago. Where in the past, and I share about my working out and my gym adventures and my bodybuilding and fitness adventures. But it's really fascinating when you actually leave the ego at the door. You can't even hold on to it because your body, it just won't, you have no appetite for it. In the past, I was eating like 6 times a day. Now it's like I only eat like twice a day. So it is fascinating to see how you can achieve like a similar body structure on less than 50% of the amount of food that you used to consume. I was eating all day long and now that's not the case anymore. So as we are changing, detoxing, purging. We're running more efficiently. So these upgrades during these solar activities, it's really to help our body function more efficiently. We want to run like a well-oiled machine. So when the body gets this assistance from the energies, I was called, again, everyone does what they want to do, right? A lot of people out there, you need to eat this, otherwise you're a bad person. You know these people? Let us know in the comments. So I was called to, do what I needed to do for this window of time. And, certain things in our lives, they're not there all the time. They're just for a window of time. They're seasons, they're cycles. It's not an everyday thing. And on this channel, we're here to teach people about balance, okay? And you have to achieve, when you achieve balance, it's so much easier to navigate everyday life. It's all about balance. And when you document, when you go through things and you have the tangible evidence, you could say, oh, I can see that this is good for a period of time, and then I need to maybe pull back from that. So a lot of this is shifting us to a higher version of ourselves, which is needed for the upcoming months. This is a powerful year. It's 2024. It's not not like last year or the year before, but this is the year of abundance. And you could hit 888 of abundance is coming into your everyday life this year. And please smash that like button. I appreciate the abundance of likes. I appreciate the abundance of family members, because that's what we are. We're a family. There's no followers here. We need to be the lighthouse. We need to shine a light so that others can see. How are we, that's what it is. We have to show people through our everyday life, how do you live your life? Because a lot of the world is out of whack. It's out of balance. We have to restore balance. We're restoring balance of the masculine and the feminine energies. Do you know that are you witnessing that the balance of masculine and feminine energies, they're out of balance? We got to restore the balance. Okay, all of these things are out of balance. The darkness, the light, the time for this, the time for that, there is a balance. And when you understand the natural ways, the rhythms of the universe, the natural frequencies of the universe, and you know it's like music. It's like a song. And God is singing love songs, but people are tuned into static. We got to get on the clear channel. Our everyday lives is the clear channel. You can write that in the comments as well. We are the clear channel. Get clarity. This is a message of clarity. This is a year of clarity. That's why we've gone through such a lot of detoxification. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she also was called to detox this past weekend. And these are the things that, you're getting signals. A lot of us are numbed down. We're numbed down with the TV. We're not really focused on the natural rhythms. And that's why, people always write to me in the comments, why are people numb to these things, right? The more, and it's not easy. There is a transition phase, right? So when you're purging some of these energies, it's not easy at first. But then over the course of time, it becomes part of your everyday life. You're building new routines and rituals. And when you build new routines and rituals, and because awareness is the precursor to change. So sometimes you could say, you know what, I know that the solar activity is amping up this weekend, this week, the next few days. So you know how to act accordingly. You start to learn about our own body has rhythms. We know that everything has to be in balance. And sometimes people take something that's supposed to be healthy for you and they overdo it. And then they get thrown out of balance. And then they go the total opposite way. And that's the story of our everyday lives. Somewhere between everything's a unicorn and rainbow and everything is gloom and doom is the truth of our everyday lives. And that's what we're going to stay focused on this summer and this year and the next decade and centuries to come. It's really about achieving balance. and you find the truth. When you find the truth is inside of you. You have to learn it for yourself. You know, people might try to tell you things, but you will never know it until you actually experience it. And that's how we move forward. We learn through firsthand experience. Think about the great story. I think about the great stories from my family members, right? Sometimes our family members are our great teachers, and they're sharing the wisdom that you get. You know, a lot of you know this already. The wisdom that you get over time, lifetimes of experience, and it's just a natural thing, and you try to share it with others and you pay it forward. So sometimes the wisdom that we get from our family members that has been passed down is really important to apply right now, because there are things out there that are trying to lead you astray on purpose. Did you know that? And the more that we are, listen, we all go through this. We've all made mistakes. Why is this so? Because we could only answer questions with the information available at the time. How do you gain the information? You actually have to go out there and gain the information yourself. There are different ways. You know, the more that you have detoxified your body, the more you're in tune with clairsentience. You're feeling vibes. And people are sharing information. You could feel that vibe. Say, oh, I will take on to this. Or maybe you're feeling a little off in your solar plexus. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Solar plexus. Did you get a major purging? Have you feeling, right, things in your solar plexus? It's a portal. So many nerve endings in your solar plexus. For years and years and years. Look at the chat blowing up right now. You could hit the yellows in the chat if you're feeling it in your solar plexus. For years and years and years. You might have anxiety. And those signals, what is emotion? It's energy in motion. And for years and years, you started getting anxiety. For years, you didn't listen. You didn't listen. Your solar plexus is going warning, 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 right? And you didn't listen to your solar plexus. And that's where we could say, but we didn't know this, right? But that's how we take accountability. I didn't listen, right? You could say, I didn't listen to my solar plexus. Some people listening, what do you mean you didn't listen? You have to listen. Gut feeling. Ever hear about gut feeling? Oh, I felt it in my gut. It's true. If you felt it in your gut, it's true. But sometimes we're given subconscious programs that actually don't serve our greatest purpose. Be a nice guy. Be a nice girl. Stick it out. It's wrong. You got to go with nature. You got to go with your gut. But you didn't go with your gut. For a long time, it's okay though. Someone actually found my very first video on the solar. I got to reshare that video. My very first video on the solar plexus chakra. And in the world, right, that's why this video is really important. This actual topic on the solar plexus, the purging, the healing. I've been getting it a lot, you know, from my personal journey. But think of the world. Think of what is anxiety, fear of the future. How many people, how many millions of people should hear this? Please hit the like button so that millions of people can hear this. How many people dealt with anxiety, fear of the future over the past few years? How many people, you know, they were given subconscious programs that were passed down to them? And let us know. You can write in the comments. You know, I knew in my gut, but I didn't listen to my gut. And we're learning through this. You will withstand damage. Over time, it's giving warning, 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 warning. Right? It's true. So this is a time period of learning. This is what it means to be obedient to God. Okay? This is not like, and that's why in the spiritual world out there on the internet, you know about the spiritual world out there on the internet? And obedient to God doesn't mean like, oh, you're like the slave of God or something like that. if God rescues you from a situation, if God gives you a life lesson, did you learn from it? Are you going to make improvements to your everyday life? Are you going to listen? Or are you going to repeat it again? Because I guarantee you, the more that you keep repeating it, it's going to get harder and harder, and until we wake up so we can expand outward in the spiral. And then because the lesson is going to come again. This is the journey of our everyday lives. Right now, there's massive solar plexus energy clearing, activating. When that sun goes, solar plexus, when that sun goes off, solar plexus, the nerves are shining right now. The nerves, think about like electricity. Think about all the most nerves in your stomach. So that's what this is going on. Go back to the beginning of the lesson. So you might have felt when this energy comes in, you felt it in your teeth. Did you feel it in your teeth? So that's something like we all kind of get like upset stomachs and stuff when we don't understand it, right? But sometimes, right, when you get a weird thing, like all of a sudden your teeth are like zapping you out of nowhere. Okay, and this is something that I've experienced. It's a rarity. It's not something that so happens often. So that's something that really like stands out. Look at the chat is blowing up again. Right? So if you felt it, right, that's the electric, right? That electric shock in your teeth, the nerves. You got electricity flowing through you. Yeah. Nerves, like some people, and that's like the way that we think, oh, like computers, electronics only you run on electricity. You do. What are the cords? It's your nerves. Where are the most nerve endings? In your stomach, in your gut. It's going haywire. There's energies coming in. You got, and that's it's part of the process. It's part of our journey. And a lot of it is learning from the past and not tolerating it. Not tolerating things anymore. God wants you to stand up and not tolerate being the doormat for other people, right? That's what your stomach was telling you all along. And a lot of us are rising up to this in the now moment. Because we have to be fine-tuned. We got to run like a well-oiled machine. Now, when, if you cleaned up the house, right, and then someone comes in and dumps all the nonsense back, you're going to, like, what is this, right? You just clean the house and someone comes in with dirty shoes, puts all the dirt all over the floor, right? So you're being cleansed inside. You're cleaned inside, right? So now we have to have it in our innate, right? If you did not see the full video on the channel page, in 2024, set boundaries with the universe. It's such an important video. This is coming to the forefront right now. We have to set, and when we set boundaries, remember, we have to say, not up in here, right? A lot of you like that one. Not up in here. We have set boundaries now, and we're not allowing for our insides, for our emotions, the negative energy, the parasites that are out there, we're not giving them access anymore. Shut it down. Write it down. Look at that, 555. Look at beautiful, 555. We have entered the fifth dimension. There it is. Fifth dimension. You have to shut it down. And that's what this change, you have to go with it. Don't fight against it. And I'm sharing from firsthand experience. I got to leave the ego at the door. If I'm working out and I'm trying to like move in a certain direction, well, there's a time for this. Now is the time to allow the body to do what it needs to do. That's why I said, you know what? I'm going to fast. I'm going to fast for this period of time. I'm going to allow the body to do what it wants to do. So I fast. And once you do it like once, you know, like if you've never fasted before, you might say to yourself, wow, this is very, very difficult. Or if you've never detoxed or cleansed before. But once you've done it once, it becomes real easy. So once we detox, say, our body when it comes to foods and stuff, well, we have to Chris Shee just wrote it. Social parasites that are out there. They could come anywhere. They could be on the internet. They could be lurking in the gym. They could be anywhere. So that's important as well. So yesterday, when I was talking to my friend Elaine, she was really letting a lot come up. And one of the things that, she told me, Elaine does the same work that, kind of we do, right? And she's intuitive and she's a healer and so on and so forth. And she said, I'm not allowing women that tear me down into my life. And I've shared about this on the channel page where, the cattiness of women, especially fake spiritual women that are out there. Do you know them? And she was saying how they were trying, I'm not going to tolerate it anymore because she's such a good person. And now she's like, I see the lion rising up within her. And she said, well, these women, they're trying to put me down or say like, oh, my spiritual gifts are better than yours. Isn't that rude? Right? So everyone is starting to learn, right? The truth of you. I did a video on the channel page, the truth of you. You actually have the power. And when you're so powerful and you're giving yourself to all the people, you might find people that try to, stab you in the back. KCK writes Jezebels. You got to watch out for Jezebels. A Jezebel spirit is out there. And there are, and I'm seeing this a lot. It's not only just about men and the women. It's women, great women, and then the cattiness. So she said, I'm not allowing them to tear me down. I've had these people that come in and try to tear me down. Do you witness that in your life? People come into your life, right? And they pretend to be all spiritual. They pretend, and then they try to tear you down. Isn't that strange? So that's where the solar plexus is. We're not tolerating the energy vampires, parasitical energy, or narcissistic energy anymore. So let's do like a little prayer right now. I'm going to send this to Elaine as well. All right. So we are clearing and removing all of the energies, the dense energies of energy vampires, parasite energies, narcissistic energies. We clear and remove them. We send them back to where they go. We ask Almighty God to send back any negative energy, any curses that we didn't ask for, and clear all of the people from our everyday lives. Clear out their stomachs. Purge everything away. Send them back to where they came from, because the laws of the universe, the free will, we're asking God to send them back and cleanse our brothers and sisters. Right? That's what we do. When in doubt, cast them out. That's the time period that we're in right now. So you're seeing this right now. You're feeling it right. And the more the clarity, it's all about clarity. I've been sharing about clarity, and the clarity comes when you get all the dense energies out. And you might have dealt with it for years. So what's God telling you? Okay, you're getting the assistance. You might actually, and it's not easy, but I feel so much lighter, right? I feel lighter. But then, remember free will. Remember free will. It's your responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's your responsibility to not allow these things to come back into your life. That's how you're obedient to God. And I hope that message resonates with everyone today. So like a lot of people say, you got to be obedient to God. And people are not understanding what that means. So here, your Uncle Mike is here to teach you the energies authentically. So when you're obedient to God, if God is giving you assistance, you don't go back to the same people. You don't go back to the same ways. You listen to God. You make changes. You have to take ownership of your everyday life. We're not allowing people that, try to tear us down, to try to put stress and drama. We're going to learn a lot about these things over the upcoming years. Did you know stress is the #1 cause of disease? Dr. Bruce Lipton, you got to check him out. So on my journey, I got to stay away from stress. You got to avoid stress like the plague. You have to avoid people that cause stress on purpose. Like the plague, you got to avoid them. You got to seal them up. You got to keep raising. And what happens is, ready? You're going to raise your vibrational frequency so high they can't even reach you anymore. That's why you got to keep going within. You got to keep going within. And the lighter, that cleansing, and I'm here to tell you, when you're constantly under stress and you feel the weight and the density in your stomach, in your solar plexus, it's not very comfortable. There's a lot of pressure in there. It can make you feel sluggish. Think about all those organs in there. Think about the amount of nerves, the densities. You hold these traumas in the cells, in the tissues, in the organs, cells, tissues, organs. Okay, so there's a lot to be learning about and diving into these things. And everything carries an electromagnetic signature. And as I've shared earlier, I know there's always new people. Please head over to the channel page, check out this previous week's videos. You'll catch up. Some people just come in, they get a little lost. You go to the first playlist, you watch the full week's videos. Start thinking of yourself electromagnetic first. Start thinking of yourself as the energy that is a soul that you are. You are your soul. You don't have a soul. And when you have that thought process, your life totally changes. So one of the, I've been sharing, okay? And I've learned all these things. Your Uncle Mike teaches from firsthand experience. That's one of the things, right? Brandy writes priceless, right? Is it priceless? That's one of the things. When you understand that, your life starts to change. You have to get to the fundamentals, the basic fundamentals. The fundamentals are going to carry you through this process. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. It does take work. It takes conscious thought and action to carry yourself through this shift. And it is a lot. So what did you do, Uncle Mike? Well, I made a conscious effort to fast and do certain things this past weekend. I've been doing new routines outside. This summer, I will get a camera woman and I will film, and I'm going to show people what I did so that you could watch this and you could apply it to your everyday life. We have a very powerful summer coming up here on this channel. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new. Please share this video if you're new. It's really helping others find this. If you want to improve in all three phases, physically, mentally, spiritually, that's what we're here for. I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud of, hey, if you're ascending, if you're doing this, right? We're proud of each other. That's what we are. We're picking each other up. Go back to what my friend was saying. These catty people that actually try to tear you down, you got to say, not up in here. This is what's going on out there. We got to raise awareness to these things, right? We have to put a spotlight on great people, great women, great men. Put the spotlight on them. Don't pay attention. What is attention? It's the currency of the universe. Some people are paying attention to the negativity all day long. Save the drama for your mama. Go to your mama with the drama, right? You like that one? It's true though. Go to your mom with your drama. Angel C writes, not up in here. So that's how we're living light. Yeah, Robert, we're living lighter. And a lot of people, they're not focused on themselves. They're focused on others. They're focused on trying to stop people or focused on trying to tear them down or gaslighting. Eternal damnation. Oh. So let's live a lighter, and when your solar plexus is cleared out, all the nerves, lighter and brighter life. Tonight on Patreon, we're going to have a meeting. The link is in the description. We're going to be talking about all the shifts and what we can do to navigate this energy right now, as this energy is still here. We can make the most of this, right? And the one thing I just shared with everyone here, it was my conscious decision. I said to myself, it's time to fast, right? I had to do that. No one was going to do it for me. I have to shut my life down. I have to do these. I have to take ownership. And that's the problem with some of the people out there. They don't want to take ownership. If you came here for everything's a unicorn and rainbow, came to the wrong place. If you came here because everything is gloom and doom, you came to the wrong place. We have to be ourselves. We have to rise up to the vibrational frequency of the truth. It's not easy. It's all the way at the top. That light is information. The Christ light energy is the truth. The light is information. It's the truth. It's the Christ. It's all connected. So stay hydrated during this time. Allow the energies to do what they do, and you will constantly move forward in the right direction. I love each and every one of you. I hope this message is helpful for you today and every day moving forward. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time here on YouTube. Please head over to TikTok. We have a TikTok as well. We have Patreon if you'd like to take a look over there or join on Patreon. And all the links are in the description and on the channel page. And check out the channel page. We have tremendous videos waiting for you. Check out the first playlist. So if you're ever new or if you missed anything from the previous week, you go to the very first playlist and you could just run that playlist and you'll catch up on the previous week's videos. That's how you stay up to date. And you can join in at any time, and we're constantly evolving. We're constantly moving forward. Check out the YouTube shorts on the channel page. They'll help you out as well. You get a little taste of certain things that we need to apply to our lives. It's time to embrace the best and highest version of ourselves. Solar plexus. Yeah. Clear it out. Love you all. Bye for now.